Am I hungry now? Yes, maybe. Not really. These are thoughts that go in my head. Should I eat now or should I wait? Pretty sure if I wait, the hunger will go away. It seems to always does. And then I will feel better than ever. And then I'll look and be like, damn, normally I would have ate that whole box of Nature Valley bars and like an apple and like some kind of udon soup. But I don't know, for a little while now, I'm playing with this. I don't eat. The hunger gets to a somewhat intense point, and when I say intense, not really. I've been hungry before, and it's not really the same. But it goes away, and then I feel better than ever. How many cycles of that can I do before the hunger finally doesn't go away? And I assume that's when you eat something that's meant for you to eat. So it always seems to be another cycle, though. It's always like, okay, let's just wait through this hunger storm, and bam, a couple hours later, 4 hours later, 5 hours later, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. Like right now, I feel pretty good. I was hungry like 2 or 3 hours ago. Almost ate my last little ramen noodle that I have there, but I didn't want to eat it just yet. And now I'm not even hungry. So it's just re cementing that. I feel pretty damn good. I almost feel like doing something. Let's see, the past 2 days, let's see. I've eaten 3 ice cream bars. This is past 2 or 3 days now. 3 ice cream bars. My sugar rush that I ate. On a day that I ate nothing but 2 ramen noodles, 4 ice cream bars, a cinnamon bun, 2 bags of Skittles. This is all within like an hour. And the rest of the day, ramen, 1 or 2 packs. On to what, Saturday, apple, Nature Valley bar, bag of low fat popcorn from work. Might be missing something. Come home, 4 tangerines, small little guys. That's it. Next day at work, it gets less and less. Omitted the apple in the morning. Damn, what did I have? I think a little peaches, a little cup of peaches. I'm sure there's something else. Either way, not much else. Maybe a ramen. This is going into Sunday. This is like 3 or 4 days going into Monday, and it's like each day is like a pack of 2 ramen, 4 tangerines. Not excluding that sugar rush, which I couldn't. I didn't. I decided to succumb to that. And I had a good time. Had a good time. You don't feel guilty when you do something like that because it's not eating the sugar is not wrong. You have to decide what you want for yourself. So past 3 or 4 days, that's my diet look like. Barely anything, but I feel pretty damn good. Now I assume because I'm still testing out what's the exact amount of food I actually need to be most efficient. And every month, I realize it's less. It's less than I was doing. Now, if you say, I've been on this journey of knowing that I ate way too much my whole life, but it's way worse than I thought. Now that the more I get into it, because a year ago, what I'm eating now, I would have been like, nah, that's way too little. I would be skin and bones. I would barely survive. But here I am, feeling better than I did a year ago. And then 5 years ago, a year ago, I'm eating way less than I did 5 years ago. And then so on and so on and so on. And then, when I'm 10, 20, 15, 30 years old, right around 28, 30, I started getting into this stuff. But eating so much food. Never looked fat, though. I wasn't fat. Someone would call me fat. I was weighing about 185 to 195, muscle, no gut. You know what I mean? No one ever called me fat, but I was so overweight. And you look at my pictures on Facebook, some from older back then, I was not fat, but I was so overweight, eating way too much food. And now I know. So, yeah, last, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, it's been 4 tangerines a day, a pack of ramen, whatever I eat at work, which is usually a Nature Valley bar, a thing of peaches, an apple from the gas station. You know, and I work at an 8-hour day. I'm creative and I work out here and there. You really don't need that much food, guys. But you cannot take what I'm saying and then try to apply it to yourself right then and there. I went to lots of years of moving up to where I'm at right now of what I'm eating, you know. Like I say, I started this stuff around 28, 27, 30, something around there. And this is before diet got into play. This is just me figuring out maybe there's something else to this life, you know. Here I am, 41, and this is my diet now. So if anyone tries to just copy paste that to them, it's either going to make them quit or feel like it's too hard, so they quit right away, or make some other thought pattern come in that they don't really want about it. You take the teacher that you were listening to, or whoever, who has somewhat some things that you would like they have a nice physique, or maybe their demeanor, or their mood, or where they are in life, or the physical things they have. They have something you want, so you listen to them. You know, you feel like they are where you're at in life in some kind of way, so you listen. Never listen to someone who's giving you advice and you look at them and anything about them is the opposite of what you want. You know, they're living the way they want, they act the way they want, blah, 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 and they're giving you advice. Don't be rude. Don't listen to that advice. Listen to it enough. I guess you can learn from anything, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, so I just want to set that out there as I'm sitting here and my hunger went away yet again. Another cycle, as I thought it would. And here I am. But an hour or two ago, I was so ready to eat that ramen. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna taste it. I'm not really that hungry, but I'm hungry enough. But no, didn't need it. Didn't need it. I'm gonna save it for another day. So we'll see what we eat when we go to work tomorrow. And I went through a lot of this, of feeling really good about my lack of eating and through different stages, and then hitting a resurgence where I kind of gluttony eat an extra lot for like, I don't know, a portion of the day. I'm not crazy, but I could tell like I'm making up for what I didn't eat, you know. That's happening less and less. Less and less. I can tell I don't even have the cravings to stuff my face like that anymore. It's like my body knows, my stomach's like, hey, your stomach shrunk a lot. You can't even do that. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's a point where you could force it, open your stomach back up again, and kind of start off on the same path you used to be. But that's happening less and less. Less am I reverting back and then stuffing my face the next day because I kind of fasted the 2 days before. I don't really think of it as fasting anymore. It's just what the fuck my normal fucking eating habits should have been. And we're all, you know, just a little bit deranged and misguided for so long. And the nature of reality and how beliefs are, since your beliefs are so powerful, and whatever beliefs that you really hold will keep perpetuating itself. Things will happen to make you keep believing that, to make you think you're right about that. And you're all right about that. And it could be anything. This is why when you talk to someone who knows they're right about something, usually they have their life experience backing them, like, this, I know it's right because I've lived it time and time again. And it's something completely opposite from what you know. You gotta know. But, you know, they have their life experience, and beliefs are like that. They're strong. They shape. You get two people with opposing beliefs, and they want to kind of try to mix and make a third color, but sometimes it doesn't quite happen. Beliefs are very strong, so, you know, some say you have 100 beliefs going on that structure reality. It's going to be different than that, but it's just an analogy. And I come along, or someone comes along, like, oh, you don't have to eat this much food, or you create your reality, or this, or that. Think of anything. It's got to go up against what you believe. And since what you believe is going to perpetuate that itself over and over again, what I'm saying might hit you a certain way that perpetuates that I'm wrong and you're right. You know, it's such a tricky thing to get out of. It all starts with meditation, I think, showing you that your thoughts aren't yours. I keep coming back to that. Showing you that your thoughts are coming through and they're not actually your thoughts. And you can let them go through like clouds in the sky and kind of prune your thoughts and show yourself how your reality changes and things like that. It's fucking crazy. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? What is this? This holographic-ish, energy-ish, vibration-ish. I still don't even like using those words because I don't think any words can describe it right. And it feels like we're getting close. I don't know. It might be one of those things. You get closer and closer and closer to it. Like scientists zooming into the nature of reality. You know, atoms, and wait, not atoms, waves, and wait, not waves, quarks and barks and tripleans and trap poops and shit paps and deekly dookies. Like, they're just gonna keep coming up with shit. When are they not gonna get excited and realize that the more they look, the more the universe is gonna be like, okay, you're still looking, let's make it, here you go, here's another, it's made of this. Or it's this. Or they get some other concept that throws them completely for a loop and they have to go research in a different area. And, I feel like we're off on a tangent. I mean, obviously, as above, so below goes the other way too. And I'm just thinking, I've heard that saying, you know, speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil. You hear that all the time with those stupid monkeys covering. But it clicked to me about an hour ago. I was listening to some, you know, doom scrolling, and I skipped past it because you hear that all the time. But it stuck. I was like, wait a second. It's a thing of progression. You speak no evil. That way you don't hear no evil. Now you can think of it as coming out of your own mouth and hearing yourself, or hearing evil around you. You speak no evil, so you hear no evil, and you see no evil. It's progression. You speak no evil, meaning you don't think evil, you don't speak evil. You're not evil in nature, meaning you're only going to hear evil back, or hear non-evil back, and see non-evil back at you. It's just what you give out, what you get back kind of thing. And I never put those two together before, those two things. That was cool. This is on no weed, by the way. I'm finally out of weed for a little while here, a day or two. But the lack of food, or the proper diet, I should say, not the lack of food, the abundance of the proper amount of food. It doesn't even matter what the food is. I'm starting to realize your body, once you are aligned, it can make almost anything you give it help itself out in some kind of way. As Esther would say, now don't go drinking bottles of bleach and shit, you know, but it's, you know, take it as a guide there. And so that's cool. Yeah, often no weed, but the lack of food and my meditations and my focus almost keeps me in that weed-like state. Almost. It's more, it's like not as close to temperate reality, but close enough, but more focused and less, you know how weed can make you feel sometimes. I don't think anything else is coming through for me to talk about. Moving through that cycle, you know, as you feel slightly annoyed, and maybe your thoughts coming in from previous things that happened throughout the day, interactions that you should say something different now, or it'll come in later when you're laying in your bed and you realize, that bitch was playing in my face and I didn't even notice it. Yeah, a little bitch. Or something like that. It could be anything. But you realize, no. I'm just feeling like I'm hungry. And I'm not really hungry because I know, now this is my new belief system coming in. Because I know how much that I eat nowadays, and I know how good I feel. This is an old pattern on its way out. Oh, and now as I say that, my shins, ooh, I call it approaching the sweet state. It's I hear the root chakras at the base of your spine, so this is not that, I guess. It's more my feet and my shins. And I feel if I keep focusing there, I could get into an orgasmic state. Or I haven't really got too far to that yet, but I've gotten close enough where I'm like, yeah, it does feel like that. So I'm trying to talk and focus at it at the same time. It might cause a little bit of Creole movements where your body kind of snaps and moves on its own a little bit. You know what I mean? Anyway, I can't believe I'm doing a laying in bed video. Ugh, turning into one of those people. No offense, no offense.